All right, everybody. So we're back for week 3 of our pop culture news. We're going to discuss some things, and I feel like there's actually quite a bit this time. But hey, we're going to try and make it not too long. I actually got it broke down into sections this time, so maybe it'll be a little more organized as well. Let's just go on, and we'll hop into our Marvel section. Okay, so first news is that Adam Driver apparently is pretty much almost set. Like, he's in final talks to play Reed Richards in the MCU. My take on this, he would not be my first choice. I would rather him play Doctor Doom, but that's just me typecasting him as the villain. But I do think he could be a really good Reed Richards. And like I said, he would not be my first choice, but when I see it, and then I've seen fan art, I'm like, you know what? I think he can really do it. Don't make him cut his hair. He has beautiful hair. Next, it has come out at CinemaCon that Kraven the Hunter will be rated R, which makes you question, why didn't they make Venom rated R? Why wasn't Morbius rated R? You have your darker characters over here, but it's like you haven't touched R. And then you have Kraven the Hunter, and then you're like, this is when we're gonna make rated R. Like, I heard, like, in the trailer, he bit off someone's nose. I'm not into all that. I don't really have a problem with being rated R. And I'm just starting to wonder what that's gonna mean for future. Like, maybe Venom 3 will be rated R. Also, it was revealed, and I think in that trailer, that the Rhino is in the movie, which is kind of cool. I'm assuming it's not Paul Giamatti, but if it is, I think that'd be really funny. If it's like, it's still like an Ultimate Universe, but if it's still Paul Giamatti, I think that'd be funny. This next one is something I'm actually pretty excited about. Apparently, Antonio Banderas is in talks to play Galactus. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, also probably be my first choice. And it's like kind of a weird choice, I feel like, because Antonio Banderas has like this iconic voice. Like, you could have him doing a voice, but a lot of Galactus probably will be voice work, you know? So it's like, you just kind of want someone with a recognizable voice mainly, and I think he does. And if he doesn't want to be an actual hero or something, yeah, there you go. Another rumor that came out is that the Spider-Man villain, Tombstone, is supposedly supposed to be the villain of that El Muerto movie, that the wrestler guy that no one knows. That's a good way to like draw people in, because it's like nobody knows this character. Homeboy's been in, like, what is it, 2 comics, I think? But if you have the villain be Tombstone, I mean, if anyone's seen any of the Spider-Man cartoons, you know who Tombstone is. And for him to make his live-action debut, people are gonna want to see that, so like, that makes sense. There's also one I'm really excited about. The news just came out that Andy Samburg is playing Ben Reilly Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, it didn't have to be Ben Reilly. I just thought that Andy Samburg playing a version of Spider-Man is just perfect for like this type of movie. I'm like, yes. How did I not see that coming? And I'm totally down for it, and I cannot wait. This is one that I'm probably gonna use for one part of the title, because this one just shook my world yesterday when I read it. And it's one that I've really had to think about my opinion on, but hey, I've had like a day now, and it's not like I put like a lot of thought towards it. It's not like it didn't keep me up at night, but like, I've been thinking about it quite a bit. The rumor is that Mila Kunis is rumored to be playing the Thing in Fantastic Four. What? I know what you're saying. It's like, oh yeah, it's gender swapping. People do that. It is. But like, the Thing? This is my take on it. I think I know where they're coming from, because at this point in the MCU, I think we're retiring Mark Ruffalo. We're kind of retiring Bruce Banner, and we just got Tatiana Maslany's She-Hulk. So I feel like, you know, the Hulk and the Thing really have like this rivalry about like who's stronger, you know. So if you still want to have that rivalry, it's like, okay, then when you have She-Hulk, because she's going to be taken on as the Hulk from now on, I assume. It's like, I can see if that's where they're going, I can see that. But I can see this is just one that people like would kind of get mad about. I don't know. I mean, it's their choice. They can do whatever they want. You know, I'm still going to go watch it. It's just, it is an interesting choice. It's definitely one I want to hear everyone's opinion on. Like, what do y'all think about it? Would y'all rather them just stick to him being like a male? Or are y'all like, dude, I'm totally down for this female thing? On to DC news. Not much here, other than they premiered the Flash movie at CinemaCon. Everyone's talking about how great it is. They're saying it's the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. It's the best DC movie ever. It's the funniest DC movie ever. All this, which is good. I'm happy everyone likes it. From the trailer I saw, and my trailer reaction's on Patreon. It doesn't, YouTube copyrights it. It looks bad. The movie looks fun. The movie looks fun, creative, looks like a great time. Visually, it looks bad. Like, I could not. Like, usually I can look past stuff like that, because honestly, a lot of Marvel stuff hasn't looked great. And like, I can try and defend it every once in a while. Kind of getting tired of defending it. But The Flash, dude, looks horrible. So I don't know if like in the movie it just looks substantially better, or if everyone's being paid not to talk about the graphics in the reviews, or what. But dude, if they don't fix the graphics, it's gonna be a very hard movie to watch for me. Everything I see in that trailer looks, not everything, 75% of that trailer looks like garbage. I'm just gonna leave it there. On to SpongeBob news. Oh, it's a new segment. So Netflix revealed that they're making the 4th movie, and it's also like a spin-off. It's called Saving Bikini Bottom, I believe, and it's actually kind of a spin-off from Sandy. I have not gotten to read plot details. I was told by someone that I know that they read a little bit about, apparently Bikini Bottom gets ripped out of the ocean and is like placed in Texas or something, or like part of Bikini Bottom. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read that personally, so I don't know. I saw it looks like the same animation style as Sponge. No, what's the one? Sponge on the Run, which is cool. I love that animation style. I really do. I don't like that movie as much. It's the worst one of them all. And now the fact that they're just putting this on Netflix, not even gonna try and put it in theaters, kind of scares me. I just feel like they must not have a whole lot of faith in it either. I've also heard it's gonna be kind of like a live action animated crossover type movie, kind of like Space Jam or Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If that's true, that's cool. I love that type of stuff. I mean, past movies have done that. The first SpongeBob movie with David Hasselhoff. The second movie, like the last 30 minutes are like out of water. I'm definitely gonna watch it because I love SpongeBob. I'm just a little scared about this one. On to the next one though. They also announced the 5th one. And the 5th one is called The Search for SquarePants, I think. It's called SpongeBob SquarePants and The Search for SquarePants. I don't know anything about this one either. I think a picture did release. I think it was leaked, so I don't really know if I'm allowed to show it. The only plot detail I know about this one is that the Flying Dutchman's the villain. And like, that's kind of cool, because this could be really sick if they really play it right. But also throughout SpongeBob, the Flying Dutchman's become more or less SpongeBob's friend. You know, it's not like they're enemies. You know, I mean, he chilled at SpongeBob's house for a while. You know, it seems like also kind of a weird choice. It's like, if you do it right, if you do it right, it could be good. You maybe have to like timeline wise put it in between, like before he's in a lot, because you know there's like the first one where he shows up, like the Halloween one, like scares everybody, and then there's the one where there's Krusty Krabs Mr. Krabs is looking for his treasure, and it ends up being the Flying Dutchman's treasure. There's Shanghai, which is like probably the most iconic one with the Flying Dutchman, but they have to work for him. If you place it before Shanghai, it's like they're probably still pretty scared of him. Maybe that's what you do. I don't know. I'm probably thinking about it too much. On to DreamWorks news. So as you know, there is a live action How to Train Your Dragon coming up. And apparently casting is underway. And apparently the top contender right now to play Hiccup is Jack Dylan Grazer. You might know him from the It movies. You might know him from Shazam. I think it's perfect. I really do. Like when I read that, I was like, yes, that's perfect. He's got this like, he plays the nerd so well. He plays the awkwardness so well. And I think he could, if he wants to do the little lisp, I think he really could. Next in DreamWorks news, they revealed the plot for Kung Fu Panda 4, which I'm excited for. But apparently the villain is going to be a chameleon. And the chameleon has the power to bring back villains, and they're supposed to be bringing back Poe's villains. So it's like, kind of has like a Spider-Man No Way Home kind of feel. I mean, you're bringing back Ian McShane, you're bringing back Gary Oldman, you're bringing back J.K. Simmons. It's like, this could be the coolest movie ever, or they could just be trying to copy Spider-Man No Way Home and it just not work. The Kung Fu Panda movies are all solid. One is the GOAT, the OG. The two is arguably better. The first one, I mean, the first one's so OG, but the second one, there's an argument made that it might be better than the first one. The third one, like the third one's very much okay. It's like, it's not as good as the first two. But also, Poe is apparently supposed to be like finding his replacement, which I think is kind of weird. Because I saw someone bring it up, it's like, wasn't the third one all about him like finally embracing the Dragon Warrior and like getting one with his chi and all, and now he's retiring? So it's like, I don't know how they're gonna play it. I don't know if it's gonna be like, oh, 20 years later, he might be older, or if it's just like, I don't know, where he just decides. Is the Netflix show canon? I don't even know. I haven't got to finish season 2 of that show. Like, I don't even know what's going on. This is just all random stuff now. The animated Transformers movie found its cast. I can't remember all of them, but I know that Chris Hemsworth is playing Optimus Prime. Keegan-Michael Key is Bumblebee. Brian Tyree Henry is going to be Megatron. I know Scarlett Johansson's in it. Lawrence Fishburne's in it. I believe someone else. I can't remember who they're playing. Chris Hemsworth is one of those ones. When I read it, I'm like, it's kind of surprising, but I feel like it makes sense. I don't know how that works. I'm like, It's probably not anyone I would have ever guessed, but when I read it, I was like, I feel like it makes sense. Keegan-Michael Key makes total sense to me. I'm like, yes, that's perfect. I love it. Do it immediately. Same thing with Brian Tyree Henry. I'm like, bro, yes. I love that guy. He's awesome. So I'm really excited for it. I am. I think it'll be a really cool movie. Illumination dropped their cast for their next movie, Migration. And if you saw I think that was on Patreon as well, my reaction to that, I was like, is that Camille Najani? I don't know. And it was. I'll have to Google it to see what the rest of it is, though. All right. So it's Camille Najani, Elizabeth Banks, Keegan-Michael Key, Awkwafina, Carol Kane, and Danny DeVito. So it's a pretty good cast. I think it'll be good. Illumination, like I said, they've never really let me down before. Have no reason to doubt them. This brings me to my last one. Public Domain has officially ruined Winnie the Pooh. I don't know who's making it, but there's apparently a Winnie the Pooh series coming out called Christopher Robin. But this is he's supposed to be like in college, having a quarter life crisis. Apparently, he's like a stoner drug addict, and apparently he's gonna see the animals through drugs and stuff. I'm just like, what? What happened to Winnie the Pooh? Disney no longer has hold. They're massacring my boy. Take that as you will. I'm not gonna watch it probably. I mean, I don't even know who's making it, but whoever's idea was needs to just find something else to do. I think. I don't know. Let me know what you think about all of these. If you have opinions about any of them, drop them in the comments below. I'd like to talk about it. And I'll see you next time.